I am in suspense right now.
All right, so we've got their mid-stream. I think we're maybe what? A turn in, 2 turns in. They both had
it's
one.
Almost certainly the start of turn 2.
Okay, so tell me what's happening with each of these characters. Kevin, what does CA do? Somebody who's won a PTC with this character.
All right, so back when I won with him, he was really there for kind of the way I think of him is that he has first form. You get to build one of your cards directly to your staging area face down. And then he has some weird kind of mind gamey, like inflict difficult resource management decisions on your opponent abilities. He has an enhance that's free +2 speed, but it turns any card in your opponent's hand into a cancel, so they can just discard a card to cancel it. And so, if they have 2 cards in hand, they can play 1 block, or they can play 2 blocks at +2 speed, right?
Right.
And then he also has a form that, forces them to discard a card unless they lose 3 vitality to cancel it.
That CA just activated 2 answer to no one and is currently at 9 cards in hand.
Well, it's because he does. He does answer to nobody.
Yeah.
And then Jesse, what does Cowboy Andy do?
So Cowboy Andy is the new man on the block. He rode up on that high horse of his. He's got an enhance of twice per turn, destroy 1 foundation to build the top card of your deck face down. Then he has always the response after 1 or more foundations are added to your staging area. The stack either gets +1 speed and +1 damage, or -1 speed and -1 damage. So he could build defensively or aggressively. All up to him.
All right, so we're seeing some attacks. I wonder if there's like a Punisher theme in this deck of giving your opponent unpleasant decisions, because homing missiles is coming in here.
I like that
theme type.
And also, I can't help but notice this deck is actually on UFS card backs. No, that can't mean anything. Never mind.
The UFS card backs means he used the secondary table. There's 2 building tables on UFS.
Okay.
You can also put sleeves on your cards, right? Or like different pictured on the back.
You can also just do whatever you want with the backs of your cards. Yeah. I was thinking this might be a very old deck, and that's what was going on here. But then I realized there's DLC cards on the table, so this is just intentional.
We're pulling out the dice.
Yeah, so it looks like Church has declined to do any Punisher. So he's let the speed go through. He has declined the homing missile's effect of destroying a foundation by paying 3 life. And CA is just ripping through his deck here, drawing lots of extra cards. And I'm curious what the big payoff here is, or if this is just going to be constant pressure, constant taxing. How's it going to turn out?
I will say the CA did not do its first F this turn. It just decided to draw 1 million cards, and I'm going to play them.
Well, Burning Through Revenge is actually a sick block out of Andy here. He does have to commit a lot to pass it, but now he'll be able to bring this out of his card pool and get an Andy trigger on defense.
Fatal Frame. The Fortress Frame.
Yeah.
The Fortress Frame. The FF is here. I like it.
Yeah, it's not the most insane tool in Andy. Like, I built my Scorpion deck around Fortress Frame because Scorpion has 3 enhances, so it's plus or minus 3 speed whenever you want. But it is a nice defensive resource, and twice per turn +1 speed is good too.
What?
Holy poggers!
Poggers!
What is he doing with this? Is he cheating hard?
Oil slider? What?
Oil slider.
I'm over here trying to fix my format because I have 3 commentators now, and I'm over here missing all the hype stuff.
All right, so Oil Slider.
It's very simple attack.
Yeah, simple attack. It just unflips the foundation, and it's like so. He just unflipped the Hunt for Spires and Dragons.
So I hope there is something outrageous and incredible in this deck, because what I see when I see Oil Slider and CA is form put any old card in the whole wide world in the entire format that's legal into your stage face down, then make it face up.
I mean,
we call that cheating.
That's what a stinky cheater.
Let me answer. I'll answer that question for you right now, Kevin. Let's bring.
Is there some spice? Yeah.
I'm gonna get that answer for you really quick.
I'm like really failing at searching in this document, but
All
I
right.
got into the deck lists too. There we go.
So we had a Let's Go
There's
happen. We get to
Okay.
draw a low
This
block.
gets to reuse things. Okay,
And then
that's
just
cool. That's
crush
pretty
it.
base still. Yeah, unflip my spiders and dragons. That's fine value.
Do you think there's more under death unflip stuff like falling heel strike?
Oh yeah, there's falling heel strike too.
Okay.
Is that in
okay.
here? That's
It
not
kind of
in
makes
here.
sense to have both, you know, unless we're so.
Yeah, it could be some nice
stuck
redundancy.
We're playing.
Oil
He's got
fiber.
some swimming birds.
Yeah, I guess he just likes the slightly bigger stat line and safe keyword here with oil slider.
He is playing a lot of he's playing shotguns, he's playing slider, he's playing Segan,
Yeah,
which is Sega's ultra rare, which is start making your opponent discard their hand, or you're just gonna die to all these bonuses.
yeah. I mean, yeah. The big thing with C is that he gives your opponent so many choices. There's always like 7 ways that any enhanced step could go with him.
Oh, wowzers! What a good one.
Oh, that's the joke.
Oh, they're all ranged, huh?
Well, we're poking with, and then we're playing special riot control and untapping all of our 300 face downs.
Oh, well, that's neat.
That's
Yeah, he
cute.
doesn't. He has one. He actually has a lot of range attacks. Not like
Spear
enough.
shotgun per se.
Swimming bird.
Swimming bird,
range.
per se. Yeah.
Beef.
Uh,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, Seigan Heke is range too.
okay, I'm really now I'm really interested on what's going on here. And he definitely just flipped and ready all those face downs.
Yeah, with 4 cards in hand, I think this is a totally fine play. How do you guys like energetic but clumsy in this deck?
I bet it's online an awful lot.
Yeah, it certainly is.
I mean, Andy's
maybe
probably
not
the
in
only
this
character
matchup.
that can. I mean, Andy's probably the few characters that can come in
They
and
could consider contesting it, and I
yeah.
think that we're staying ahead of it here too, because Andy hasn't been able to resolve a Shadow of a Cowboy effect yet.
For sure. We also have a Spike who could also do it, but him and Andy are nothing alike.
Yeah, they're different flavors of the same Kool-Aid a little bit. Well, Andy builds more because Andy has a lot more things that make 2 face down for 1. So if he destroys a Shadow of a Cowboy with his own enhance, that's 2 face downs now for 1 card. He plays Forbidden Technique, right?
Forbidden
the
Technique, he
card?
also has Glacial Assault now because this is retro.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So he does catch up, but CA's over here. Going all in on all these cards to generate these face downs and generate extra cards. Like you can say Answers to No One generates 2 face downs sort of indirectly because it turns itself face down and gives you another card that can be a face down.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that ends up being a facet of this game of can Andy outpace. I wonder what pun did I just miss a pun?
Here's the one thing I'm looking at the list here. I'm doing the analyst side here. You guys are the Andy obviously is playing. He's playing Scarlet Meteor. He's playing the blindfold loop. But this can happen.
It's playing shotgun, whip
Playing
crack.
shotgun. I mean, Andy's playing good money. I think that's the best way to describe what this attack lineup is. Good money.
The $4,000 solution.
$500 hands, baby. Yeehaw. Man, the fact that Shotgun shares 3 symbols with him, so crazy.
It's nice, I mean, it's some consolation. I'm used to fighting Shotgun Cassie Cage, where all of the busted add myself to the card pool, draw cards, and Sentinel stuff shares 2 and 3 symbols. So, the trade-off, his Akimbo here in a sense of morals only added 1. In exchange, his Shotgun gets to add 3. Seems fair to me. I'm just saying.
Got some blocks out of here. CA's down to 9. And now Andy's in the.
Andy's with a lot of progressive difficulty here.
Yeah, I think Andy can maybe play 1 more Shadow, 1 more 1 or 0 diff, or just, commit this one and pass
take
the
a shot,
3,
yeah.
like I said, and gets to ready the face down to do it again. So that card basically was for free.
Yeah, it kind of feels like I was thinking like, oh, did Andy overextend here? But he's got an awful lot of staging area presence here.
Not only staging, but damage reduction as well, because we've got
Yeah.
Andy to build one, Shadow to build one, and then Forbidden Technique. So we have -3/-3 on board all by itself.
Yeah, really, because really, like, just in terms of across this whole turn, right? Right now, if we count the ready cards in the stage, he has 5, right?
Right.
Andy adds 2 more. Forbidden Technique adds 1 more. Shadow of a Cowboy adds 1 more. So that's 9. And then all of those also come with a 1 speed, 1 damage.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he has 13 resources available to pass blocks.
As a 7 hand size character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pretty
up
strong.
to 21 life, depending on how he plays these trade-offs. And I think trade-offs is an interesting way to look at this right now, because he's got these cards in hand. CA is going to be pressuring him, hey, lose some of those cards in hand. And then if you run out of cards in hand, now you can't block anymore. And then then you're down to relying on the damage reduction mode again. And Spiders here is going to do some fine work.
Agreed.
So Jesse, as CA, do you think like just trying to push through all this and force him to play all these abilities so he doesn't get them on his turn is the right call?
Yes.
Or
all right, so this Spiders to get rid of the Andy. That's a good play here.
That's clear, yeah.
That's the like linear play to do. Now he's gotta navigate. Like he's gotta pressure him to use the Forbidden Technique. Like he's gotta pressure to make that happen this turn. Like put him in a bad situation to where he has to gain more like gain +2 and -2 to something. So he has to try to put a lot of pressure on him.
Did Andy pay the 3 to not have it been blown up?
He did pay to protect it, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Which I think is pretty clearly good. You're saving yourself. I mean, you're getting an extra Andy trigger. You're getting 2 face-up foundations out. You're getting 2 foundations out of it. So that's off. I mean, if you're in a super clutch situation, you might save more life on the balance by letting it die. But here,
so it looks like an energetic clumsy has happened.
And then was re-readied.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
Acheron getting in there. Let's go. Yeah, like this feels like, I mean, both players have big staging areas, and in a 7 hand size mirror, if you have a big staging area, it's like it's up to what your hand is going to be. Can you draw the hot hand to finish the game out?
This is a good start.
Jesse, you said pressure on it, and I agree. If we would have just flipped it on our turn, this like would not be nearly as bad of a decision to make. But like, I have to pay another 3 so I get to use my Forbidden Technique, right?
Yeah.
Or it's gone. Oh, he opts to blow up Sensibles? Maybe he's got a big stun? Question mark? Big, huge question mark?
Also, I feel like you're supposed to. Maybe he just missed this, but I think you're definitely supposed to.
That's why he did it. There's the. Why did you do that? And so he has to have a shotgun. If he's leaving that to Goro's brothers, like,
oh no, you draw there every time, right? Like, unless he already has the lethal attacks, which is you can't be 100% confident of that. Here, I mean, he's gonna have only 1 progressive difficulty after this homing missiles goes in,
right?
And he's got does he have 1, 2, 3, 4? He'll have 9 ready resources after that. He's cruising, man.
Yeah,
it's all up to what's on top of his deck.
This one -1.
Oh.
No, that is getting committed, I think.
For sure.
Yeah, cancel out that Andy. Yeah, I mean these homing missiles are nice pressure, but they don't deal that much damage, especially if Andy's willing to let his foundation or staging area get chunked up a little bit.
Wait,
yeah, here we go.
Now he's at 3.
You now
shotgun?
form destroy your face down and force him just to discard a card, and now he just has less options to block on this next one.
If you think you have a zone mix up, you could consider that. I feel like his zone's been fairly predictable, and he's like, I don't know if there's any chance that Andy's going to play all 3 cards in his hand right this turn, or if he's even going to need them.
Well,
there's this.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like you take and which is this card's just on a 5 as the third attack. Neat.
Yeah.
You
Easy.
take and you just say that he's not allowed to sculpt anything, right? Well, that's like the
Maybe.
other thing that we're allowed to do here.
Yeah.
So
what I wouldn't want to do is I wouldn't want to destroy a ready foundation for something that isn't gonna immediately pay off, and I'm not sure that's gonna immediately.
Yeah, we are double game 1.
Yeah, and he hit him. I mean, he was hitting him on speed. He was hitting him on, maybe on block zones. He had another super like. There's Senke, the super speedy.
All of these cards
starts
that
at
we
6.
have seen are all mids. Interesting.
Yeah.
Except for the slider.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's a thing I look for in my decks actually is if I'm like my synergy is telling me, hey, I want to play on this zone. I actually want to overload that zone if I can, and then only include little bits of mix-ups.
And
right?
why would you want to do that?
And so the reason is just that if you play on all different zones, more of your opponent's hands will be able to stop you. And if you're like half your deck is already mids, it's better to say, well, like when you're opening 6 cards, did you draw 4 mid blocks? Because you're going to need block mid 4 times, and that's less likely than being able to drawing just spreads of zones and being able to keep whatever.
All right, so we're going to the sideboards. Oh. Let's turn your sideboards face down, guys. We've got a lot of options actually on both ends for their sideboards here.
There's a card in this C deck that I am absolutely stunned isn't in the main deck. Which is that Knight's 4-check, 3 diff, Flippy Boy.
Yeah.
That can deal quite a bit of damage when your opponent's just trying to play the game. It seems like a great fit for this deck.
Mm-hmm. Like even one main deck of that would have been really interesting.
Yeah, like that seems like a reason to play Oil Slider at that point. Like I would unflip this and burn them for 6,
I play that at a 4 of in the most recent Voldo deck that I played. It was an 11 attack Voldo deck that played Dragon's Tongue, Spider Suplex, and Princess Parry as the only attacks. And so
how'd that work for you, Tam?
It was neat. It was super neat. I mean, when your opponent checks 5s and take lives, there's not much you can do. The original idea for that deck was to play was to actually off symbol Boulder Barrage and just try and pick up Boulder Barrage every turn as Volta. But I just didn't have enough off symboled stuff to make it work.
Yeah, multi-symbol decks are a fine art.
I like that this that he does not quite. He's like, yeah, whatever. You are gonna see what I'm boarding, and I don't.
Here's coming to you, bud.
Hey man, game 1 was so easy. He's not even worried.
Or he just doesn't know tabletop really well, which is definitely a possibility.
Yeah,
that's fine. Like people, trust me, my how to navigate tabletop got better every event because I learned something new, and I'm like, oh, like I didn't know how to learn kind of face down foundation until the 3rd event. I didn't know me
that you can make a private zone. It's one of the things on the left sidebar. You can like change what your cursor is and change it into a thing that draws a space no one else can look into. And I think I saw someone do that. And it just kind of occurred to me like I should do this while I'm sideboarding today. And it confused at least one of my opponents.
And the commentators, for sure.
I was at the you guys weren't watching my games, were you?
No.
I hope not. Okay.
If we were.
Okay, so we tried to round 1, but it took so long for you guys to make a table, we gave up.
Oh no. Damn, I got so lucky that match. That would have been awesome to have on camera.
We watched.
Can I tell you the story of my game 2 in round 1 against Takeda?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he opens like whatever normal build. I think he has Anonymous Prophecy. So I'm like, oh, that's not great. And then I build a Servant of Ares and walk it like he plays a Scarlet Meteor, builds in something, and then I just pass. He plays a Shirai Ryukan, has already flipped a exploding flame roar. And I say, this isn't good. I better make sure I can kill him next turn. And I try to flip his... I pay 2 life to try to flip his Ominous Prophecy. He redirects it to one of his 2 police connections sitting face up on the table. So I just pay 2 life for absolutely no reason. He hits me with a second Shiraryukan.
Yeah. With
stun 2 clearing his card pool, building foundations. But then his 4th attack is Bamboo Blind Slice. And he doesn't have any combos that can give it speed. So he just builds Exploding Flame Roar with Takeda and combos it again. It's more stun, but I was tapped out on the first attack anyway. I -2 speed it, and then block with a Coffee Samba on a 5. And live. He's out of attacks after that. He plays another Ominous Prophecy, so he has doubles for value.
I'm going to interrupt you. CA is dead.
Oh, no.
There's a blind. There's
a blindfold. We have Andy plus Cowboy plus Glacial Assault. We're not failing any of these. It takes 4 of them to kill him.
Damn.
With 2 cards in hand. Like this block has to be perfect. So just so everybody knows at home, that's what's about to happen. He's about to play this card upwards to 12 times. So anyways, what was the end of your story, Kevin?
Yeah, so I live at like 5. And untap. He takes away Desperation. But he only has 1 card in hand. He's at 20. And I draw From Hell, Flame Aura, Coffee Samba. Hard check the From Hell.
Hell yeah.
Use Face Monster to rezone it to low. He takes it. So he takes 12 because I remove his 6 jack.
Hell yeah.
I play Flame Aura. I check a 5. He takes it, goes to 6. Or no. No, goes to 4. Mm-hmm. I play Coffee Samba. Check a 6.
Like every good player.
Like any good player would. And he had a high block. So he said,
like
I have block on principle.
Just
And
like Andy
check the 6 on his block, but he burns from Scorpion and everything. And that was my turn 2. Hard checking, 16 total difficulty as Scorpion with Desperation turned off.
Hey man.
And that was the end of my round 1. I was feeling high on the hog.
That's what you do.
And C is officially dead.
I mean, he's dead. I guess we could.
I guess he's not quite factually dead, but he is hellbent. If Andy had a he had 1 more damage.
He is dead.
This would instantly be lethal.
He's dead because we could still play the next one, bring in the Blind Slice the blindfold and then powerful it.
Yeah. I was thinking he can't kill him with this meteor. He has to play it 1 more time, but it's guaranteed for him to play it.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes your deck does good stuff, and one deck does better stuff and went first and has all the edges and just gets to roll it over. That's how it goes.
That is. I mean, man. I don't want to be negative, but I just think, I would much rather, I think this play is really cool if you are forced to play 2 meteors and you're forced to off-symbol Kalyuga and be at less than 6 foundations. Right?
Yeah, I mean, the Kalyuga
would have been way more interesting or dynamic instead of off-symboling the blindfold and just playing them on 5s. Being forced to have 2, play them on 6s, it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very powerful combination. And very powerful things have a way to kind of centralize the games, and in proportion to how powerful they are, the game gets, when it's a one-sided game, you get more one-sided games when you have very, very powerful effects.
I agree.
All right, we're going to go to game 3 here. It looks like he's bringing another card in out of the board. I am guessing. My only guess right now would be Prepared to Fight as some way to disrupt, some way to kind of disrupt the that combo and just be like, all right, you now are on constant 6s. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. He doesn't have. I'm looking at his deck. There's not a lot of he has Murderous Addiction.
Yeah.
He has something. He doesn't have a lot of asset interactions here.
Yeah, I think he's hoping this game that he's going to be able to get a. I mean, he's going first, so he will have a possibility for a tempo advantage. And I think it's up to him to try to just load the pressure on, maybe force Andy to play some attacks as blocks, and then hope that his draw steps. Maybe if he gets, if he, I think it's somewhat unlikely that C is going to be able to kill Andy outright on turn 2. But hope that Andy's turn 2 backswing is going to be able to get the job done, and that C gets 3 turns to try to close it out.
I agree. And
we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, these are two decks that aren't taking a tremendous number of risks. I don't think. I think they're both on safety 3 control checks.
Yep.
And honestly, it's just like to their bonus, right? Because
absolutely, yeah.
Both these decks actually really operate kind of in the same way. CA gets to build 1 for free every turn. Andy gets to take used resources and turn them back into ready resources from the top of his deck. They're both like kind of operating on the same idea.
Yeah, 7 hand size, resource advantage, and just be able to try to press that to victory. I think Andy definitely has a bit of a clearer path to victory, right? I think his is, I'm just going to put these really incredible things on the table, and it's up to you to stop them or interact with them or fight over them. And Andy said, well, we're going to pressure you. We're going to give you options and try to like make a maze that you can't, move the panels around so you can't climb your way out of the maze.
I love that. Jesse, how do you feel about Answers to No One?
What
a card, huh?
Okay, so Answers to No One is filling out some very specific handlings. One, you need more face downs to get the clumsies active, but also you just need to find more cards. Like, because sometimes building a face down with his first staff, like, let's see, he's going to respond, he's going to look. Like, this is where you do it. You don't do both if you don't need to. Like,
I do both here every time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to win this turn.
Yeah.
Especially my opponent built 5. Like, this is bad news if this game goes on for much longer.
He has
built 5.
He has a
shadow.
Yeah, so he's hard.
Yep,
he's going to build the 1 in.
Hey, look, Mom, we kind of built 5. Hey, look, Mom, we did build 5.
All right. This definitely has choices here. Maybe it doesn't have choices.
All right.
It's just shadow.
Can Shadow stop homing missiles? Yes.
I think
yes,
so, yeah.
It can.
Because the effect itself is destroy. And so it gets it in. Yeah, so Shadow can interact with it. If it were the other way around, and so if we look at Shadow as like, go ahead, Jesse. Yeah.
So the number of cards in hand from Andy is 2. I think, flipping the pole is, I think, the right play, because he's trying to stop as much of his interaction with him trying to kill him this turn as he can, and pole can because you're gonna play something on if you're especially expecting to play something on like a 6 or a 7. Yeah. All right. So he's just destroying, canceling, building.
Yep.
Responding -1/-1. Love it.
Still takes foundation out of any stage, even though it was just Shadow. That if he hadn't destroyed Shadow, then Andy would have destroyed it at some point and gotten 2 out of that deal. So still a fine play.
Some dice stacking happening.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think what I like about hitting pulled there's 2 things. One is that the Desperation R can make your kill much harder, especially if you're playing like several attacks with regressive difficulty. Like playing your last attack out of 7 and then they pull it is really bad times for you. And the other thing is just he has the combination. It was a peak effect, and he had a combination of both Andy and Sense of Morals and a draw effect. So he had a lot. Andy had a lot of power there to cultivate what was going on with his cards, which cards were moving where, and having that information like really greatly raises the power level of that sort of effect.
The enhance once per turn. Look at the top card of your deck.
Yeah,
I agree.
Full block. Had to commit 3 on that for blocking with the Burning with Revenge.
Which is amazing because it also builds down for another -1/-1. So not only does it clear progressive, but it gives -1 speed so that the last card in our hand is also going to be an easy block.
I think I might I would think hard about pulling the trigger on C's form here to chip him for 3. Because the way it works is that...
Especially when we have Hyperbomb in hand. That's great.
Yeah. It's tough because he's short on foundations. You don't want to spend foundations when you're short on them.
Yeah.
But here, this is still going to be... It gets -1 from Andy. Another -1 from Andy. And Andy's enhanced. But then we're going to give it +2 back with C. So if this is a bad modifier, this might be a failable block.
He's going to get the plus... Yeah, he gets the +2. And if it's not blocked, he's going to rep a card here. So this is the... How many... Do you want him let him see more cards is a very questionable play here.
Yeah, and if Andy dumps his hand here, he basically defangs C's form. That's one of the interesting things about him is that the form effect discards cards as the main thing, and you can pay left to cancel it.
Right.
And so if you have no cards in hand, it doesn't matter. You just let it all. You never cancel it. You just let it happen.
Works in the same verbiage as the homing missiles that we've already seen.
Right. Yeah.
So we're drawing a card here. He didn't block. See, now that committed face down should be getting blown up.
If he has Swimming Bird, it's worth keeping it.
Interesting.
If he has Shotgun, how's Shotgun look? Homing missiles 2 symbols. Hyperbomb's 1 symbol. Over the top is 2 symbols. We have another over the top. We could add 2 more. So that's, if we add the second over the top, I think that's 9 symbols.
What?
Because Shotgun's going to add... Shotgun has 2 symbols.
Shotgun has 2, huh? Doesn't it?
Yeah, so we have 5 symbols right now.
I think he's PC. He's doing the F.
Get you for 3.
Good. Michael, good job. Listen to the stream.
Well, either get you for 3 or have face up.
You got him for 3. Yeah. All right.
And Andy's gonna
can help. That can make the decision between I'm trying to kill you here or...
If there's no Shotgun, the mind games on that add the over the top into the card pool, then do it is so smart because that telegraphs a Shotgun. Like you're posturing Shotgun here, and so you have to have the block or else you're dead. That's actually I actually love that play. Wow, I like that play. I like it even more if there's not a Shotgun in hand.
Yeah, it's really C is a really a character who can get very cerebral very fast. And he can reward you for making those kind of plays. Like imagine he somehow forces a kill here, even though he doesn't have Shotgun, because he got that form through.
Yes.
And all it cost him was he paid a 4+ when he may not have needed to.
Yeah.
But if he has a forcing line here, he is taking an awful long time to walk through it. I feel like this is a Shotgun.
We're in game 3.
7 Jack.
And we've played for 32 minutes.
Yeah.
I think it's okay for us to take our time.
That's fair. All right, that's the end of the Shotgun dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it for sure is. We can destroy a face down.
This will deal
possibly 8 damage.
Yeah, this will deal 8, maybe -1 if Andy pops for it. And then this definitely has the... Actually, I think if I'm Andy, I'm just going to pop Foundation and then discard a card to cancel the +4. I don't think I can do any better than that.
I think it depends on what is in hand, right? Because we're assuming that he's not going to kill him. And so, sure, I'll take the whatever damage, and then, I mean, it could be my own Shotgun in hand.
Yeah.
Get him back with the Whip Crack, and so like that's it by itself is way more than 8 damage. It's worth just taking the trade here.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Andy, my opponent's tapped out here. I want to maximize my chances of finishing the game next turn.
100%.
And so if I have an attack, I'm probably going to hold it pretty jealously here. So could he have anything here? If he checks a 6, he could play...
Yeah, right, so it's not a 5.
That's a card.
Hey, nope. Shotgun.
That's a bad check.
There's Shotgun. So, momentum...
Yeah, you might as well take all this momentum.
This is Andy's turn to pretty much do whatever he wants. He's got 6 foundations with Andy. He's got 7. I haven't seen Meteor in the discard pile, but we do have Never a Day Without Training to force it there if we drew it and Meteor.
Yeah, I have to think that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to think that Andy's a favorite here, and maybe this is a. Okay, is this shotgun?
This is just build out. Oh, it's shotgun. Yeah.
Ooh.
Ramp straight up to shotgun, and he's gonna get 2 Andy triggers for speed, and that's it. I don't know if this is almost certainly not 40 damage worth of shotgun, right?
No.
It is 20 damage.
This is
like block check. Got a +1 modifier. Got a +0.
Let's Cut Loose right now would be the most insane thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Let's Cut Loose would get the job done. I suspect.
Well, we would get to build down, respond to the Andy, destroy the.
I'm
so good at this game.
So he did Andy in advance. So he took for the safety play. He could have checked if he had checked. He hadn't Andy'd enhanced already. He would have had to commit Andy.
Yeah. Well, he's got never.
But he is still getting +1 speeds. This is a 7-speed attack. C needs a plus. If he has a +0, he can check a 5. If he has a +1, he needs a 6. And if he has a +2, it is.
Oh
no! It's not enough.
5, 6, 7. Oh, hey, he passed it. Look at that. Well, congratulations to Clint for winning this.
That was a swing back.
There was a Galaxy Brain play there that I think our players missed. You can Taguro Brothers and cancel abilities that are not on foundations in the staging area. That Burning with Revenge could have been stuck in the card pool.
Oh. And so, well, he had 2 of them.
And
that makes the check for the Let's Cut Loose harder. And that saves a speed. So even if you need to draw a card with it, even if you're not confident, you still save. And you can also remove it and effectively -1 speed.
Yeah.
Wild. Just
that's
wild.
some Galaxy Brain plays.
Yeah.
Oof.